The wind howls outside the cave. It is 100,000 years ago. Inside, the air is thick with smoke and the sound of shallow, ragged breathing. A child is lying on the dirt floor, burning with a fever that won't break. The entire tribe is gathered around the fire, but their desperate, terrified eyes aren't looking at the child. They are looking at you. You are sitting in the warmest spot by the flames. You have just finished the richest, most calorie-dense cut of meat. You don't hunt, you don't forage. You are the shaman, the most revered, powerful person in your world. In modern society, we call this position success. You climb the hierarchy, you reach the top, and you assume that you have finally found safety. But tonight, as the child's breathing grows fainter, and the tribe waits for you to perform a miracle, a chilling truth settles into your bones. This power is not a privilege, it is a trap. So what did it actually cost to hold the highest status in human history? To understand the trap, we first have to understand how you got paid. In the prehistoric world, money did not exist. There were no bank accounts, no gold coins, no salaries. The ultimate driving currency of human existence was purely biological: calories. In 1968, anthropologist Richard Lee lived among the Kung San people in the harsh environment of the Kalahari Desert. He observed something striking about how their healers and shamans survived. Ordinary hunters burned thousands of calories chasing game under a scorching sun. They pushed their bodies to the absolute limit, risking broken bones, predator attacks, and lethal infections just to secure a single meal for the group. The shaman, however, was frequently exempt from this exhausting, life-threatening labor. Yet when a kill was brought back to the camp, the shaman didn't just get a normal share. They often received the fattiest, most valuable cuts of meat. This wasn't an act of charity. It was a cold, calculated economic exchange. The tribe paid the shaman in calories and physical safety. In return, the shaman provided a critical survival mechanism: psychological regulation. By performing rituals, chanting, and connecting with the unseen world, they lowered the collective panic of the tribe. They kept the group cohesive and focused in an environment where fear could easily tear them apart. It sounds like an incredible deal. You get the best food, the safest seat, and you don't have to risk your life on a hunt. So why didn't everyone in the tribe simply pretend to be a shaman? Because the barrier to entry was severe. In 2011, researcher Dr. Michael Winkelman examined shamanic practices across ancient cultures. He found that becoming a shaman required forcing the brain into profound, altered states of consciousness. Without modern medicine, there was only one way to achieve this: pushing the human nervous system to the very edge of collapse. To prove your connection to the spirit world, you had to endure prolonged, extreme fasting. You faced days of sensory isolation in cold, pitch-black caves, and you had to ingest powerful, toxic plant alkaloids, hallucinogens that drove your cardiovascular system to its absolute limits. Your heart rate surged, your body convulsed, your mind was repeatedly fractured just to produce the visions the tribe required. The price of those premium calories was not physical labor on a hunt. It was the deliberate, agonizing disruption of your own mind and body. You paid the price, you earned the status, you received the meat and the protection. But what happens when the magic fails? What happens when you look down at the child on the dirt floor and their breathing finally stops? The cave goes entirely silent. The child is gone. For a moment, no one moves, and then the fear in the room curdles into something much more dangerous. Rage. We tend to imagine ancient shamans as untouchable kings, permanent rulers with unquestioned authority, but that assumption is wrong. In 2018, Dr. Manveer Singh at Harvard University published a major study on the cultural evolution of shamanism. He identified a consistent, chilling pattern across human history. A shaman's power was not a throne, it was a high-stakes life-or-death contract. Because you claimed to have influence over the weather, over illness, and over the spirits, you were held entirely responsible when reality refused to cooperate. A harsh winter, a sudden plague, a failed healing. The tribe didn't simply accept misfortune, they looked for the person who was supposed to control it. When fear and hunger rose, the primitive logic turned brutal and simple. If the shaman had the power to heal, they also had the power to curse. In a matter of minutes, the revered healer becomes the scapegoat. You are accused of using dark magic against your own people. And the very same hands that offered you the best cut of meat this morning are now dragging you out of the cave to be executed. They didn't hold power, they held liability. Now think about your own life. Modern society is completely obsessed with the climb. We sacrifice our sleep to become the boss. We compete fiercely to become the most visible, highest status person in the room. We look at the CEO, the political leader, or the massive influencer, and we assume they have finally found safety. But just like the ancient shaman, high status does not purchase safety. It purchases liability. Have you ever fought hard for a promotion or leadership role, only to discover you were now the very first person blamed when things went wrong? Tell me about it in the comments. You receive the better salary, the greater respect, the higher visibility. But the moment the modern tribe becomes afraid, when the company loses money, when the project collapses, or when the public turns angry, they rarely blame the system, they blame the person at the top. The human brain has not fundamentally changed in 100,000 years. We still elevate people. We still grant them the absolute best resources. We still expect them to perform the impossible. And when they fail, we still demand a sacrifice. So, the next time you dream of the warmest place beside the fire, remember that it has always been the closest place to the sacrifice. If this changed how you see your own ambitions, leave a comment. Subscribe to Mismatched, where we keep digging into the ancient wiring still running your modern mind.